What in the hootin' heck? That's me. Because I'm solely convinced this book is set out to make me sob. Good morning, everyone. We're almost at the end of March right now. It's Sunday, March 30th. So I figured I'd take you all on a week of reading with me as we transition into April and finishing up some of my March T-bar a little bit. Right now, I am currently on the second book of the Parasitology series by Mira. So that one is Symbiont. I'm about 326 pages into it right now, and I'm hoping that I can either finish it today or tomorrow, depending on how much reading I could get done today. Probably maybe some other books, maybe just mood read a little bit to see how I'm feeling. But most importantly, I did get 2 new books yesterday, so I figured I'd do a little book haul as well. Okay, I've been very much anticipating this one since it came out a couple weeks ago. Everybody's talking about it. I'm excited to read it. My parents already read it ahead of me and loved it. You know what this is. Sunrise on the Reaping, baby. Woo. Oh my gosh. I felt bad because I wanted to start it this weekend, but I want to give Symbiont its moment and finish that book before I jump into this. And plus, I also know I need to mentally prepare for this, so I'm thinking next weekend, for the first weekend of April, I'm gonna read this book and really just dedicate that weekend to reading this, and maybe potentially do a separate video for that. So that's Sunrise on the Reaping. That's gonna be next weekend's big book. And then I also, when I was getting a coffee, they had this book available as like a $5 deal for a hot drink. So this is If Cats Disappeared from the World, and I believe this is a, oh my god, what kind of book is this? I think this is kind of like a speculative fiction translated literature piece. Anyway, I found out about this because I think there was a video by a booktuber called Dakota Warren, aka Lady Dakota, who talked about this book. Either that or it was on her TBR on Goodreads, and it sounded very interesting, so I figured I'd give this book a try. And it's only, oh my god, it's only less than 200 pages, so I think I could probably add this onto my TBR somewhere. And plus, look at this little guy. He's so cute. He's so cute. Okay, so that's my little haul for everybody. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee, enjoy my Sunday morning, try to get Symbiont finished, and we'll go from there. Okay, also really just random, but I recently got these pasta-shaped salt pepper shakers from Wall Market, and I love them. I love them. Everyone, hello again. It's a little bit later in the day. I just took a shower and I went for a walk a little bit ago, so I'm gonna keep reading Symbiont and hopefully try to get that done. I'm like close to the 400 page mark. I'm like at page 386. So I don't think I had a chance to actually say what the book or the series is about. So basically the original book, Parasite, is supposed to be about a kind of a zombie apocalypse that kickstarts because tapeworms that have been injected into human bodies is kind of like a health aid have basically started acting out on their own, and now they're taking over their human bodies. And our main girl, Sal, is trying to figure it all out along with her boyfriend, Nathan, and they're working with his mom, who's a scientist, and they're trying to basically stop the zombie apocalypse from taking over, as well as dealing with other tapeworm chimeras and evil scientists and all the like. So it is actually a very good series. Like I said, I think maybe in an earlier video this year or whatnot, that the writing is kind of a little juvenile and repetitive at times, but it is a very good series. So I'm gonna hopefully try to get that done. So I'm gonna stop yapping and get back to reading. I tried sweaters because I got overheated, so Hi. Okay, I just had a little bit of phone time, but I'm gonna get back into reading this book. But there was for one of the early books where I was reading the first book, I mentioned that there was a dog that got taken, and that the lead girl, Sal, had this dog from the first book, and the dog is still there in the second book, but because they're having to, like, go out and do something in San Francisco, or try to get back to San Francisco to get to the lab, and they're using the dog to kind of help sound if the sleepwalkers are there. If this dog dies, Mira, you and I are gonna have to have some words, okay? Because I need this dog to not die, okay? That's my sense of humor right there. Hello, I'm currently burrowed in my bed, so I'm gonna tell you this before I get too sleepy. I am almost done with Symbiont. I think I've got like 50-something pages left, but I'm way too tired to keep going with it. I'm way too tired to keep going with it, as I can barely talk right now, so I want to go to sleep, but I did end up going to my parents' place for dinner, and that was actually really good. My mom made a really good Korean-style short rib brisket meal, and it was fantastic. So it was very good. We watched a movie, so Really? Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. Bye. See you in the morning. Oh, no. This is literally just how I've been for the past few minutes. For context, I finished Symbiont. And what in the hootin' heck? What in the hootin' heck? Mira Grant. What? I don't know if I have a definite rating yet. I think I maybe have given it like a 3.75 on Fable, but I still kind of need to decide whether or not if it's like a 4-star or like maybe like less than that, but oh my god. Oh my god, I don't even know how to process what just happened. I mean, I can't spoil it because I want y'all to read it, but at the same time I need to talk about this with somebody, because so that's done. I'm very proud of myself for getting that done. That was like 518 pages. It, like the first book, it was a little repetitive in the writing. Like I said, the writing's just kind of like not necessarily best quality, but for somebody who is new to the scientific world of understanding, that it's very good information for a beginner, but it kind of can say one thing once and not repeat it 100 times. But either way, I still love the story, and I need to figure out when I'm going to finish this series. Here's my dilemma, though. The third book, Chimera, is available right now on Libby, and I'm kind of tempted to get started with it, but at the same time, I also know I need to read Sunrise on the Reaping this weekend. Either that or it might happen at some point later next week. I don't know. But I don't want to go so heavily from one book that's dense in its content straight into Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm just worried I'm going to burn out and not be able to enjoy that. But I know I at least want to still continue to read something starting April, tomorrow. So I'm trying to think how I need the next plan in my reads, so that way I can just have like a palate cleanser week and then jump into Sunrise on the Reaping and then maybe have a couple of other like palate cleanser books before I jump back into this parasitology series. Because like I said, I do want to finish it. I was trying to figure out if it would be wise for me to finish it now or space it out. While I'm trying to make that decision, I'm going to go update my Libby and all my reading apps to say that I finished my book for the month. So we'll check back in later and tomorrow when it's April. That's so cute. Oh my god. Good morning, everyone. It's now Wednesday. I did not really record much yesterday, but I did start reading The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. This is also the same animated movie that came out recently, and I am loving this book so far. So this, for those of you who don't know what The Wild Robot is, this is a middle grade children's novel that basically follows a robot who crashes onto this island and basically has to survive with all the animals that live there and learn how to cohabitate and learn what it means to be a robot and also what it means to survive. So it's really cute so far. I'm like almost 50 pages into it and I'm loving it. The writing is very simple and very descriptive and almost kind of poetic in a way, and I just love the main robot, Ross. She's just such a delight. So I started reading that yesterday, and then I ended up going to get dinner with my sister at Chili's, so that was very fun. So I didn't really get much footage from yesterday, but I figured I'd chat with y'all before I kept going on with my day. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh my gosh. Hello. Alright. We're at the end of Wednesday, and as you can tell, I just got out of the shower and I made some dinner, I worked out, actually got off work early, so hence why I was able to go work out and get done what I had done. It's probably about like maybe 8 o'clock-ish right now, and I'm currently enjoying I don't know if you can see this in here. Yeah, that is what I'm currently drinking right now. It is kind of like a digestion tea that my mom found a recipe for online. I don't remember where she got it from, but it's good. I like it, and it helps with bloating. I'm sorry, I'm really exhausted right now. I'm like sweating a little bit. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just kind of like overheated right now. So I'm trying to figure out the rest of my plans for tonight because I know I want to keep reading The Wild Robot, but at the same time I want to also finish season 1 of Severance on Apple TV. So I am trying to figure out what I want to do, but I might just end up reading this because I want to make more progress in this book. And other than that, I think that's my plans for tonight. Tomorrow, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film because I think I've got Lyra later in the night, and then tomorrow morning I've got an appointment at my house because I've got a plumbing company that's coming to fix a leaky faucet in my bathroom. So getting that done, and then, like I said, I got Lyra tomorrow night, but I don't know what my chances are of filming, so I'll try to update y'all when I can. That's me. That's me. Is this book trying to make me cry? Because I'm solely convinced this book is set out to make me sob. I've been close a couple of times now. In a good way. In a good way. I should preface that because it is good. And there's just a lot of wholesome moments that are just making me tear up. Because I know the movie made me cry like a little baby. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. We'll see. It's fine. I need to go to bed. But I want to keep reading this book. It's so good. Well, friends, we are officially on Saturday. I did not get a chance to film anything yesterday because I was just doing a lot with work and hanging out with family and all that. But I did get a little bit of time to read last night, and this morning I was able to finish The Wild Robot. So this was a very sentimental read. This definitely hit a lot of my emotional buttons in a good way, because it really was just very sweet to see all the animals and the robot come together and work together to survive and to also thrive, and seeing what kind of philosophical questions get brought about of, okay, can robots feel, or can nature really work with technology and all that stuff. Again, I'm not promoting any of this. I'm just sort of raising what the book talks about. So that was my take, and I still think the movie is a little bit better because I think I saw the movie first before I read this book. And again, I absolutely love the movie. That made me sob. So I definitely do love that, but this book was still very cute, and I did get misty-eyed a couple of times. So I will give points for that, because any book that makes me cry gets very close to being a 4-star or 5-star book for me. So this book, I ended up giving The Wild Robot 4 stars. So again, very happy I read it, and I think I might maybe continue the series. Who knows? Anyway, that's that, and that concludes our week of reading together for the first week of April. So thank you all for watching this, and I hope you had a great time, and I am ready, I think, to get to our prequel book for Hunger Games. So stay tuned, friends.